Be careful what you say, what you say. Cause you did what you say, Jason Derulo. Dude, it's always a good day when you got Jason Derulo stuck in your head. You know how Jason's every song starts with him being like, Jason Derulo.
I've never listened to Jason Derulo. I'm being so serious.
Dude, that's so Gen Z. I'm finna stand on business right now. Jason Derulo is a legend from my generation, okay?
Boycotting this segment.
Yeah, well, anyway, so Jason Derulo did not make the Fayette newspaper. Don't know why. Also, Jason, if you want to, well, I don't know why I'm saying his name like that. But anyway, we are back. It is the weekly news, and I'm feeling good. Somebody randomly sent me some vitamin B12 and also men's one a day for 50 up. So like, if that's a joke, that's a really expensive joke and it's funny because the vitamin B12 is an inside joke, but also I'm not 50. Okay. So anyway, if you sent me those vitamins, that's hilarious. If you accidentally ordered those to my office, I already gave them away to somebody who's north of 50, John on my team. So anyway, we're reading the newspaper. It gets a little bit cooking. So I'm going to start just right on the front page. I'm going to start with something easy before we get into some of the fun stuff. Right on the front page, we've got some Harrisburg royalty. Harrisburg seniors Aiden Burt and Jonathan Darwent were crowned queen and king of the 2025 Harrisburg homecoming. So no statement on them, but I would love to know the origins of homecoming and why we still have a king and queen in America. Shouldn't it just be like we elect a president? That's what we should do. This is America. There's no monarchy here, right? Anyway, okay, here we go. The council approves zoning request and they mull short-term rentals downtown. The Fayette Board of Aldermen gave unanimous approving to a zoning request made by John Gia. Short story, Mr. Gia had it rezoned, wanted to have it rezoned from commercial back to residential. He had initially presented that request, a couple weeks ago. The problem that they noted, some of the council members noted, was that he made this request after he had already started construction.
Allegedly.
So note there is just ask for forgiveness instead of permission. It says Southwest Ward Alderman J.B. Wagner suggested a fine be levied in the future to prevent the issue from reoccurring. Or a spanking. One of the two. He didn't say that. But it's one way to... Never mind. Alderwoman says mayor violated ordinance by hiring building inspector absent council approval. East Ward Alderwoman Rhonda Geralt asserted that the city illegally hired its new building inspector. Tracy Reed, who holds a degree in architectural, I shouted out Tracy in one of my last news segments. He's been doing that for a hot minute, 4 years. Alderwoman Geralt challenged Mayor Greg Stidham's unilateral hiring, saying it was in violation of a city ordinance. The challenge came amid a heated exchange near the end of the city council's regular meeting. Fireworks. I love fireworks at the end of a meeting. We did not vote to hire him, she said. That needs to be corrected somehow. Mrs. Geralt argued that the mayor violated Ordinance 120.130. The fact that our ordinance numbers are that high is insane, by sidestepping the council's approval to hire a new city employee. It's continued on another page. The ordinance states that while the city administrator can recommend an employee for hire, the Board of Aldermen shall make all final employment decisions. We're not doing things the same way we used to, where everything has to go through the council, the mayor said, and suggested the city... Oh, wait, what? We're not doing... I got to quote him correctly here. We're not doing things the same way we used to, where everything has to go through the council, the mayor said, and suggested the city contracted with Mr. Reed. However, City Administrator Deanna Cooper confirmed he is a part-time city employee. My feeling is that if we hire a city administrator, that's what we're hiring her to do, Mayor Stidham said. Southwest Ward Alderman J.B. Wagner agreed with Mrs. Geralt and said the council needs to approve the hire. He also agreed with the mayor and said that over the years, the council has spent way too much time discussing minutia. He's right. It's been a hindrance. We need to bring the ordinance in line with how we want to see the city operated. We're rebuilding a hierarchy. Ugh, JB. Mr. Wagner suggested this is a symptom of a much larger problem at the city that needs to be addressed. There's so much on fire right now, a lot of people aren't even talking about it. He later suggested the council form a committee to go through all the city's ordinance and separately requested a refresher course on the state's sunshine laws. JB, I would have loved to be there for that. Also, in one of my very first news exchanges ever, I asked about the parking issues. You know, we talked about parking. We've never talked about parking here. And JB cleaned me up and said, because I was like, nobody's told me why we're spending all this money to try to solve the problem, and we don't know what the problem is. But he did point out to me when he sent me a picture of people can't seem to see which lines are yellow, which ones are black, because it does kind of depend on the time of day if you can see the lines. But that is apparently the problem we're trying to solve, which I can be hired to paint, and I can just put some yellow lines down. I don't know. But anyway, JB's in there shaking things up. Northwest Ward Alderman Pat Roll motioned to go ahead and approve the hire. But Mrs. Girl interjected, saying she wanted to consult the city attorney on the matter. She said she wanted to meet Mr. Reed and discuss his qualifications. Quote, "Here you go. You're trying to bring everything back to the council so we can micromanage everything going on. That's not the way the real world works," retorted Mayor Stidham, who had been carrying out the duties of a building inspector, absence of an official inspector. Mind you, if you're feeling some fuel behind Mr. Stidham, he fell through a floor. Mrs. Geralt said, "We have to follow ordinances. I'm not saying we can't change it." Okay, well, enough of that. All right, here we go. So that was a lot, but I always love reading city stuff because, you want things happening in your city, but you want it done the right way. And also when you know everybody involved, it's kind of fun. But suspects sought on Casey's Brawl, baby. Fayette police are searching for about a half dozen adults, roughly six, who were involved in a brawl in the parking lot at a Casey's General Store in Fayette Saturday night. One man was seen in a video of a fight brandishing a handgun.
All gonna put down our guns. I have crossbows.
Fayette City Marshal Bo Wells told this newspaper on Monday that all of the suspects have been identified. However, are they still looking for him? Oh, they've been identified, but they can't find him. Have been identified, however, they have left the area and presumed to be in Columbia. He said the Columbia Police Department is assisting in rounding up those involved. So far, none are in custody. "We are actively investigating and identifying all parties involved," Wells wrote on the Fayette Department's Facebook page. He asked anyone to call their non-emergency line, which, by the way, the non-emergency line is 660-248-3605. If you're one of the involved parties and would like to get your side of this incident recorded, please follow the same steps, as we are more than happy to talk to you as well, he wrote. Wells said race was not a motivating factor for the violence. However, racial slurs could be heard in a video of the fight that was circulated online. I was just about to ask for the video. So anyway, at one point in the video, it appeared 3 individuals were beating up on one female. Oh my gosh. A Casey's employee appeared to try to intervene, but was punched in the face. Not this Casey's. Don't you punch our Casey's here, okay? Or if you want the wrath of what's his name? He killed a cockroach. Don't put it past him.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
Punch you in the face too. Wells said it's not known what brought on the violence, but suspect it was a domestic situation. Or marijuana, because that is rampant in this town. Sick of smelling it. There's a St. Paul United Methodist Church pancake breakfast coming up. Nothing new on the, we got pulled pork nachos for lunch at Fayette Schools. I like that. But is it like the poor man's nachos where you just put the shredded cheese in the microwave and nuke it on the chips? Or is it like a pulled pork nacho, with some onions? Santa Fe Trail Days are coming up. There are, this looks different. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 19. Still 19. All right. Stay hot, churches. Okay. DG is in here slinging deals, but you have to check yourself out most of the time. Okay, here we go to the sports. The Central Methodist Eagles won a game. For the first time in at least this year, the Eagles have won a football game. I love it. The win moves the Eagles to 1-2 overall and marks their first road victory since September 9th, 2023. I was younger then. That is a start. Yeah, we'll take it. Way to win a road game, fellas. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, and Iowa. I hate Iowa. So good. If we could just push Iowa somewhere else, that would be great. Sophomore. All right. Quarterback Jordan Gill, sorry, man. Had a breakout game with 3 touchdown passes to 3 different receivers in the Eagles' first win of the season Saturday. And below, the Boonville native Dewan Lomax finished with a career day rushing for 2 touchdowns and 154 yards. Chill out. That was more than Derrick Henry had this week, who rushed 11 times for 24 yards. That's a professional football player. You know, it would have ruined my fantasy team, except for I won by like 90 points against formerly mentioned Alderman Wagner. Anyway, Falcons show promise early, but succumb to the powerhouse Salisbury in a pre-district showdown. And succumb is a nice way to put it. They lost 46-0 in a pre-district showdown. Loss drops Fayette down to 1-2, and the Panthers are now they were ranked 5th entering into Friday's contest. So Salisbury is looking good, as they usually do, and we dropped to 1-2. So it said, despite the score, Fayette was hardly the pushover Salisbury expected. Carter Vroman just continued to play NASCAR with these guys, and let's see here. Yeah, so in the red zone a few times, but some promising things there, but Fayette loses to Salisbury. Scotland County spoils Harrisburg's homecoming 30-40. Oh, it always stinks when you lose homecoming games. We always try to schedule Slater on our homecoming. Offense given, Slater. But anyway, so Scotland County spoiled it. They won 30-40. Let's see. Harrisburg finished 2nd in the New Franklin tournament. Where did our Lady Falcons finish? I'm one of those people that kind of need the big letters to know what happened. Fayette made an early exit to the consolation pool after surrendering to an early lead and fell to Jamestown. They then beat Madison, but then lost to Eugene. 4-1. All right. The Rotary Club eyes Fayette Senior Center for charitable contributions. So Fayette Rotary Club, I am a member, and I will say, if you're looking for probably the healthiest service organization, Rotary Club is, in my opinion, one of the healthiest service organizations that we have in Fayette. And each year they kind of eyeball a service project that they want to commit their funds and their effort to. And so it looks like they are supporting the Fayette Senior Center, which is a vital gathering place for older residents, which has recently faced a difficult challenge in losing portions of their funding. So they always seem to have some sick as in good. That's a young person's term. Sick as in some good looking menu items over there. So anyway, Fayette's going to eyeball, or the Rotary Club is going to eyeball that for charitable contributions. Fayette plays West Strand at 7:00 at West Strand. CMU Family Day is this Saturday on the 20th. The Fayette City Council meets again on September 23rd. Oh, this is cool. Caden Newell, a 2025 graduate of Fayette High School, stopped by Daly Elementary on September 10th and spoke to the 3rd graders about his recent military experiences. Newell had just completed 13 weeks of recruit training at the Marine Corps Recruiting Depot in San Diego, California. He graduated on September 5th, 2025 with the rank of private from 3rd Training Battalion, Kilo Company, Platoon 3231. He will soon go on to the next stage of training. So that's cool that he got to be involved and talk to them. Let's kick it over to Unpopular Opinion with Cassie.
Hi, everybody. Today, my kid he's in kindergarten. He's 5 now. And so he's making friends. He is coming home. He's telling me about them. So one thing that I have started to think is eventually he's going to be asked to be a part of birthday parties, be a part of sleepovers, he seems to be making friends, so hopefully. But the one thing that I will say as a parent, and this may be an unpopular opinion, I will meet these kids. I will meet their parents before I allow my child to be, for them to be in my child's life outside of the school. And if I see that you are not much of the type to parent, I will be the bad guy in this situation. And I will not allow outside forces where people who cannot parent their own children invite my kid into their life. It's not happening, because I've worked very hard, even though he's only 5, to raise somebody with manners, and I don't want anybody to ruin that. And I'm not going to invite your child over, especially if they lack the capability of respecting other people's things because they've never been told no. It's just not happening. Label me as the bad guy as you want, but I'm trying to grow and raise a productive member of society. I'm not having outside forces like that ruin the work that my husband and I have put in. So, unpopular opinion, if your kid is running your household, they're not going to be invited into mine. Have a good day.
All right, let's get on to my favorite segment, the Fayette News Exchange. Right off the top here, Somebody dumped a bunch of pit bull babies. Dadgummit, we already have too many loose dogs. And now you're going to lose. Oh, they're all so cute. Kind of. I know that they grow up, but they look kind of cute when they're little. Anyway, somebody dumped them on a gravel road, which is, man, that's good for you. Your mama raised you right. The person who found them was kind enough to bring them in today for a health check, starting puppy shots, and deworming. We are guessing them to be 6 weeks of age and possibly boxer pit bull mixes. If you want to give one of these puppies a forever home, please contact Amanda Darwin. And then Lisa Bergman posted on here, and I'm just going to read this because I think it's helpful. To the person that chose to do this, don't do that. And if you can't afford to get your pets spayed or neutered, go to the Spay Neuter Project in Columbia, Missouri. It's an affordable alternative. And I think they'd find a way to help you if that fee was going to be too high for you. So anyway, that's a shame. What's everybody's favorite like phone carrier here? I'm a little tired of having AT&T and then I've Verizon also, but just it's very expensive and the amount that they spend on, never mind. I don't want to say that. Anyway, who do people use for cell phone providers? That's what Harley wants to know. And I agree because I'm tired of paying so much money to AT&T. I'm like this close to like calling that cricket. Peyton Imhoff has some farm fresh eggs. Somebody didn't get their Amazon package. Is anyone missing a dog? Yamiya says. And the best part of this post is that there was no description. It was just, is anyone missing a dog? Does that mean she's looking to get one? Does that mean she saw a missing dog? Tell us, Yamiya. I don't know. Where did you find it? Did you find one? Or are you like, do you feel like you missed one? Like, oh, do you miss a dog? Anyway, the boil order has been lifted. That was affecting Depot Street from Watts to Rocheport Street. Oh, this looks fun. Car seat check event. This is good to do because any of you who figured out how to do a car seat, also don't do it right before you have to go somewhere because you will sweat it out with that car seat and you'll be late. But the Howard County Health Department and Parents as Teachers is putting on a car seat check event. So they'll go and check and make sure you got that installed correctly. And I'm sure they'll even show you. Yeah, it says included car seat inspection, car seat education, seat replacement if needed, free pack of diapers. Man, that's awesome. Go check that out. Hold on. It says free car seat check event, but it's by appointment only. So you have to call 660-248-3100 to schedule an appointment. But go do that, especially as somebody who is in a business that cares about car accidents. Like that's an easy one to go, and that's a public service that a lot of these, like I know police forces typically will do that too. If you're ever just not sure, just go check. Go check. You can save a life. There is a blood donation. I think I mentioned that last week. We got a blood drive coming up on September 26th. Somebody also wants to know what phone carrier, Emma wants to know what phone carrier we use because they have Verizon right now. And it's been slow and it's super expensive because Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising. Central Methodist Homecoming is just a month away. If you'd like to be in the homecoming parade, scan this QR code. I feel like they're doing that on purpose for those of us who don't know how to scan a QR code. They don't want us in the parade, but whatever. You can, I'm not taking shots, chill out. Our Student Government Association is also asking if there's anyone who owns a vintage car that would be interested in driving cars. I don't have a vintage car, but I do have one wrapped with my face on it, and it's from last year, so... And my team says that I need a new picture, that one doesn't look like me, and I don't buy it. I don't buy it. It looks like me. I get it. It's enough like me, and it doesn't look like Logan enough that I need to change anything. So someone removed Kay Wyatt's flag. Yeah, it said, as Trump supporters were disheartened by the mistreatment of Charlie Kirk, as Christians, we believe in respecting somebody, respecting others. I stopped reading. My bad. We take pride in owning. Yeah. Anyway, so they stole her flag. And then that turned into a political bash fest. So that's good. I would encourage y'all, as much as I love being on the internet, and you're probably watching this from a Facebook connection, you should hop off occasionally. Just go outside, even just like look straight up into the sky, not at noon, but just look up into the sky. There's more going on there than what's right in front of your phone. So I would encourage you, even if you're like, man, I'm tired of watching Landon talk to me right now, that's fine. Just press pause. I already got paid for how far you watched this video. I get paid for every second you watch this. Absolutely. So just close it. Go outside. Look up. Look straight up. Anybody know why there was a trio of planes that flew over on September 13th? I can tell you. JB crop dusted everybody. This should just be called the JB Wagner news post. My bad. He just does so much for our town. That's all. I'm just saying. Oh, I haven't gotten a chance to snag this yet, but apparently there's a donut truck in town. Have you seen that, Cody? Cody, talking to you. And if you haven't seen the donut truck, you liar. I know you've eaten it. If you haven't had a chance to check out Britt Bean Miller, BB's Donuts, and the donut truck, you're missing out. That feels like a tongue twister. Britt Bean Miller, BB's Donuts. That's just her name. It's called BB's Donuts. But just remember, what you post on the Fayette News Exchange might end up on this page, so keep it spicy, Fayette. We'll see you next time.